in Austin and East Austin, to be exact. And I thought I would go live for those of you who like the street walks. So I'm going to take you on a walk with me. Let me get my glasses on. I hope y'all are doing okay. I am at an event for my daughter. And then tomorrow I'm going to be at Guad Vintage Market. We're both going to be there. So that's going to be cool. But yeah, today this one's just for her. So I'm kind of here to help her set up and break down and all of that. Yeah, you'll see it when I pass it. We're at Moon Tower Cider Company. We just had sandwiches over here. Really, really good. And yeah, I'll show y'all. It's a little bitty setup for now. I don't know if y'all can see very well, but yeah, I'm gonna walk to the corner of MLK Jr. Boulevard. And let me see if I can turn this around a bit so that y'all can see more than me, right? Y'all see me enough, right? And I'm not much to look at right now, honestly, because I mean, damn, it's so hot. Let me see if I can get. Oh, I see some people have joined in. Awesome. Okay, so and I see T. Witten's here. Hi, T. Witten. I can barely read the comments. Trying to switch the camera. There we go. All right. Southeast Austin, for those of y'all who are just now joining. Looks like that house is getting redone. There's a lot of revitalization going on in this area of town, which is good. Tillery Street, East Martin Luther King Jr. Very eclectic side of town, very eclectic. And you can see it's still hilly on this side, more so on the north side, which I'm more fond of. I always have been, but it's got a different vibe over here. I think they're trying to kind of like improve this area. So I think this little cafe tasting room that we were at, Moon Tower, a little gem. Diamond in the rough. It is like about 100 degrees out here, people. I quit looking exactly because it's just gonna mess with me, you know? It's just gonna mess with me. And today I just wore what I wanted to wear, which was some denim jeans and a cotton t-shirt, and I thought, oh, well enough. But honestly, I'd probably feel better if I was in my linen dress right now, but I'm kind of tired of wearing linen dresses to all these things. But seriously, it's what works. Because my denim, yeah, oh, that was so rude. That was so damn rude. Y'all probably caught that on video. He's lucky he didn't get into an accident. I would have totally had the evidence. What a jerk. Anyway. So, yeah, I mean, I'm in cotton, but damn, it just doesn't breathe like linen. And you need every little bit of help out here with this heat. So, yes, if you ever come here, I highly recommend the turkey sandwich. So nice, so nice. This is my daughter's first time at this event. So she's like, I don't know about this place yet. So I'm only going to events that she's been to before that she recommends. Look at this. I think this is so cute. This little outdoor eating area. Gosh, it's so cute. Like, I'm gonna show y'all. Isn't that so gosh darn cute? With the awnings and the lights above. I bet this is so nice when the sun goes down. Thinking of a Mexican restaurant off of, I don't know why my mind is just blah right now. It's the heat, just makes me, But there's a Mexican restaurant that has that kind of outdoor, it's over by Barton Springs. It has that outdoor lighting and awning and big, huge, sprawling oak trees. Just the ambiance of it, the atmosphere to go eat out there. It's just in the evenings, it's just, love it. Very Austin too. So yeah, I mean, I don't really have much excitement to show you here. Yeah. But I'm getting into some shade. I think I'm going to sit down for a moment. Look at any messages I have. Let me put this over this way. So the cars are lining up, okay? Enda Groove is here. She says, I love a good Mexican food point. Yeah. I think is it Chewy's? I can't recall. Man, my brain. But yeah. So the cars are now lining up for this event. People are coming in, which is fantastic. That's what we need. We need like sales, right? By the way, I wanted to share with y'all, Parker, my daughter's boyfriend, he was, right after we finished setting up, he was showing me this post on social media about how in McAllen, Texas, which is a decent distance from here, it's over by the border of Mexico. Well, in McAllen, Texas, apparently the city council is trying to like pass some kind of ordinances regulating the pop-up markets like this, because apparently these pop-up markets have gotten really popular post-COVID. Gee, I wonder why. I mean, when you can't go to work and, you know, right, you can't do a bunch of other stuff, people are going to try to start their own businesses to survive. And so now these local city councils are taking note and saying, oh, we'd like to regulate that. We'd like to get our little hands in the cookie jar and start charging people money for permits. Like, right, these vendors already pay booth fees. So, and then they're wanting to like tow people off for parking or charge for parking, and everybody now wants to get in on it. And it's like, oh God, let's hope this doesn't happen here in Austin. You know, let's hope this is not a Texas thing or a United States thing, because people are really, really trying to like get independent. And oh, I think I got a another one. Yeah, Indie Groove is saying these hijackers need to be removed. Hijackers, as in who exactly? The city council people that are trying to piggyback off the profits of working people who are just trying to make ends meet. Like, is that what you're talking about? And if so, yes, I totally agree. It's sad. I mean, it's so sad that every time, you know, people start trying to get their own, you know, financial sovereignty, like right with Uber and Lyft, we saw a lot of regulations trying to come in at that point. I saw it out here in Austin back in 2016. They ran Uber out of town for quite a while, and come to find out that push to regulate them out of business was largely financed by the taxi industry, the local yellow cab taxi industry. They didn't want the competition. And so, then what happens to all those people that are just trying to do the ride share, right? Use their car and all of that. So anytime the government is saying we need to regulate this and it's for your protection, I'm leery, and I'm seeing it happen in McAllen, Texas. We're noticing all the way in Austin. We're like, oh God, please don't bring it over here, please. And I asked my kids, my daughter and her boyfriend Parker, I was like, you think they're gonna do that? Would they actually pass it over here? Because it's kind of a mixed bag in Austin, where they're a lot of people here are very pro-government, very pro-regulations and, authoritarianism and all that. But the culture here for the longest time has been very pro-small business. That's where the Keep Austin Weird motto originally comes from. I think I've told you all that before. It was the small local business owners who were like, yes, keep this an eclectic small business community, not big business. But has that gotten lost through the years to the point that people would actually allow this type of regulation to come in, where decades prior it would have never happened in this culture? So, and we've got a lot of implants out here, transplants I should say, from California, New York, Chicago, who are bringing their ideology with them. Although I did hear recent reports that most of those people who have migrated to red states, they actually don't agree with blue state ideology. So, right. But yet and still, you can still see some of that influence where it's like, are they changing this to be very pro-big government, pro-big, corporations and all that? I hope they don't pass it, because if they pass something like that, it's going to be bad for people like us, because we already pay, right? We pay vendor fees. Sometimes we pay parking, and you add on a city permit on top of that to do this. Not good at all. Indigroove is saying everyone is not on the good side of life. Yeah, agreed, Indigroove, and good to hear from you. Yeah, so I don't know. I mean, I think I'm gonna log off unless y'all want to say anything. I just wanted to pop in really quick and let y'all see, where I'm at. But it's, I'm just mainly here for my daughter, and what else? Tomorrow it'll be me and my daughter over at Guad Vintage Market, which y'all see before. I don't know if I'm gonna go live for that, because I've already shown y'all. And that is actually very exciting atmosphere off of Guadalupe. T. Witten says, need to create underground economy. I absolutely agree with you, T. Witten. I mean, but this is the thing. I said this on my previous astrology reports. I think earlier in this year, I mistakenly called it a black market economy, and that's not the correct word. I predicted that we would see this emerge, but I mistakenly called it black market economy. But that denotes something shady going on, and at least that's the way people perceive it. And so let me clarify, parallel economies is more of what I'm trying to convey, that I think we're seeing more of these parallel economies, or as T. Witten says, underground economies emerging, of people saying, you know what? I'm not gonna be another cog in the machine. I don't want to work for these corporations. I don't want to be subject to their unlawful mandates, their intrusion upon my personal private health care decisions, fill in the blank, every negative thing that comes with being an employee, sad to say, people are trying to, it goes back to this North Node in Taurus, right, of finding your own feet. And people are trying to do that, yet we've got people getting very nervous and feeling threatened. Oh, wait a minute, they're trying to create their own jobs. They're trying to operate in their own parallel economy that is not subject to these mandates. Oh, well, or, you know, restrictions or whatever. Oh, wait a minute, and we're losing money over this. How do we get in on this? And so, of course, we're probably gonna see more city councils bringing this subject up for discussion of how can we regulate these pop-up markets to get in on this, get our hands in the cookie jar like they have with so many other things. And then people wonder why they're broke, down, busted, and disgusted. Okay, it's not an accident. Indigroove is saying I'm very close to being bill-free, off-grid, dropping out. Good for you, Indigroove. Absolutely, like, good for you. I mean, this is my plan this summer is like, I'm gonna hustle hard. And you see my face is red, okay? Like, I'm an old woman, all right? I'm out here in the heat, and I'm like, damn it, I'm just gonna do it. I'm gonna do it because this is a summer of me paying all my bills and trying to get a home out here, if at all possible, okay? So, yeah, I mean, I'm going to be, you know, working on that and hustling hard to bring those goals to pass. And I've been saying that in the videos that, I've been saying that in the videos. Sorry, people are looking at me strange because I'm talking to myself, or they think I am. Anyway, I have been saying in my videos that this is a year that, especially over the next few months, that we need to be paying down debts and saving money if we can, right? Because with the inflation, everything's going up. Right. Matter of fact, I just checked in. I was handling my bills yesterday because as a disciplinary thing that I do for myself, because I'm not really a money person or a financial economics person, believe it or not, I'm not. But to discipline myself in that weakness, I do what I call financial Fridays. And so yesterday was Friday, and I was looking at all my finances, and I happened to notice the next bill coming due for my car insurance had gone up like over $100. And I called in, I'm like, what the heck is this? The lady told me that statewide in Texas, they have increased rates 24%. But she said the majority of it was because my daughter had a car accident last year. So we're like, and I'm like, well, how do I even get off of this? Because I'm not driving any of these cars. So how do I get off of this policy? So, I mean, I'm trying to slim down. These people are trying to scale up. I'm trying to get my debts paid off. And you know, a lot of people are in debt right now because that's how they've been financing all this stuff, is putting on credit, you know, during COVID. So I've been telling people better pay that stuff off because the interest is just going to keep accruing and growing and all of that. A T-Witness saying exactly, keep an eye on the thieves. You know, Jerome Powell, he recently came out with the Fed and said, oh, he finally admitted, oh, you know, this is going to be like permanent. He said it's going to be permanent inflation. And this is after how long of them telling people that it's temporary, it's temporary, it's temporary. Folks, what's it going to be 6 months from now? Right? Because the people that I follow in the financial community, 6 months ago, when the Fed was saying it's temporary, the people I follow said they're lying to you. They're lying to you. This is not temporary. This is not transitory. This ain't going away anytime soon. And now that the Fed is coming out and saying, oh, it's permanent. Oh, gee, we got it wrong. Really, you're so smart and you're so highly paid and well connected, but you all got it wrong. No. Y'all know what you're doing. But anyway, I digress. Now that they're admitting that it's not temporary, people are like, I don't know. I'm thinking, okay, what is it going to be 6 months from now? Because the people I follow are saying, all right, well, now that they're admitting that it's not temporary, let me tell you what's really going on. And they say what's really going on is that the economy is imploding. and nobody's talking about it. Nobody knows what's going on, but you hear people who are insiders say that repossessed cars are now flooding the auction houses. People are beginning to get evicted and, you know, foreclosed upon. So 6 months from now, are they going to admit, oh, gee, wow, we've got this surplus of cars, auto market bubble finally bursts after people overpaying 40% inflation on these cars. Oh, now we've got a surplus of cars and houses, housing bubble 2.0, right? So I'm sharing this with y'all because, you know, this is a time to hustle. Like, this is what I'm doing, even though it's like really super hot out here. And sometimes I'm like, my God, can I do this? You know? And I saw somebody commented and said, Indigo said, keep pushing it. You got it. And thank you for saying that, by the way. But yeah, I'm just going to push it hard because I think there's a timing issue. I feel like if people just cut back on their expenses and they pay their debts down and they save as much money as they can over the summer, you could be poised quite nicely to get a new housing or a new vehicle if you need it by the end of the summer, definitely the end of the year. This is what I'm really thinking. And so I'm just like, play your cards right. That's where I'm at right now. It's sad to say, but I'm waiting for housing to come available. I'm waiting for this housing bubble to burst. I'm just waiting on it. And in the meantime, I'm getting everything lined up so that I'm sitting pretty when the opportunities come in. Indigo is saying, yeah, I'm not paying any of it. Yeah, they're smoking something with these prices. Like, it's unbelievable what they're charging. I mean, where my daughter is at is a fairly new complex. They're paying like $1,500 a month for a very nice 1-bedroom. I will say that. It's got the granite countertops and all the new stuff and the garden tub. I mean, it's nice, all right? But it's tight, you know, and they're charging $1,500 a month, and these people can't clean. It's like filthy dirty. There's trash everywhere. It's shocking how run down this complex has gotten in, like, I think it's maybe 4 or 5 years old. Brand new construction pretty much. And they won't do any repairs, you know, and I was trying to figure out, because she's been getting the runaround on getting repairs done. I got on the phone and I Karen'd them. Oh my God, that was hilarious. They were giving us the runaround, and I started going up the chain of command, and these people, they're ballsy too. They're like real cocky. I called the corporate headquarters, and because the people in the apartment, the on-site management, they were just, oh yeah, we'll get to you tomorrow, and then they wouldn't. And this has been going on for 6 months. So finally I called like corporate, and I spoke with the I guess the receptionist, whoever was answering the phone there, okay? And the lady was actually telling me, well, I'm going to send you to voicemail. I'm like, no, don't send me to voicemail. I need a live person. My daughter pays too much money to be sent to voicemail, and she's been here for over a year and signed for another year. We need a live person. The lady actually got really smart with me and actually told me, like, listen to this, the way they're talking to these people. We're paying them $1,500 a month. She said, listen, this is a very important person, and they are in very important meetings, and they cannot answer the phone right now. And I'm like, very important person in very important meetings. Hello, newsflash, who pays your bills? Your tenants do. You people need to answer the phone. So anyway, I asked her, well, who's above this guy? Because I'm serious. Like, I'm like, I Karen, and my kids were like laughing. They're like, oh my God, you Karen them. And it worked, by the way, it worked. Okay. But so anyway, this woman, I asked her, well, who's above this guy? And she's like, I am not at liberty to give that. And then she cut me off and transferred me to the voicemail. And so I left a voicemail for this guy, and I said who I was, and I said, yeah, I need somebody to call me back as soon as possible, because I know y'all don't need another bad Yelp review, and I really would like to resolve this with you rather than going on Yelp. And I'm gonna like, this complex has a 1.5 out of 5-star rating. The reviews and the pictures on there are ridiculous. Like, again, how on earth do these people get away with this behavior, and they're getting $1,500 a month? You know, it's this market. It's this market, and they're like, well, where else are you gonna go? You know, and it's a really cocky, arrogant attitude. You know, that they know they can get away with it, so they do, and they just won't repair. And so, anyway, I finally got them to come over, a maintenance man to come over and do work that she had asked them to do over the last 6 months. 6 months worth of repair work. Finally, the dude shows up, he does everything that we ask, and it gets solved by the end of that day. Because I care in them. And I'm like, look, you know, and I know they thought I was a royal bitch, and I'm like, listen, you know, what is wrong with people? I told my daughter, what is wrong with people? Do they not see that they're being a bitch? You're being a bitch to take $1,500 a month off of somebody, and you won't do basic repairs in 6 months. You ignore, you know, the repairs. And so anyway, I was thinking about it, and I really like kind of tuned into my spidey senses about what's going on, because I've never before seen this behavior in my life. And this is what I think is going on. I asked my daughter, I said, did the current property owners purchase this complex during COVID? And she said yes. And I said, you know what? I have, again, my spidey senses telling me these are property investors who came up during COVID and bought a bunch of properties, because I heard in my spirit, overextended, over leveraged, and they got to pay it off now. And people are getting evicted. I mean, I'm going to tell you, when I came out here a couple weekends, about a month ago, I came out here, I saw like 3 or 4 different families getting evicted, and they just threw their shit outside in front of everybody. It's sad. It is so sad. No shame at all. And I told her, I said, listen, these people got to pay these you know, these investment debts that they made during COVID. And repairing somebody's unit and maintaining these properties costs money. And they're all about profit, 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 profit. And so what are they going to do? They're going to just focus on getting people in those units, filling them up, and if you're not paying them, kicking you out so they can hurry up and move somebody else in who's going to pay. It's vicious. It's aggressive, okay? Because their thing is about profiting, and servicing the property is not profitable. So they don't service it. And this is why you see these beautiful brand new properties looking run down, busted, and disgusting. And you're like, my God, where is the money going? $1,500 a month. And they can't even maintain it. All right, yeah, Nun-Nun's here. Good to hear from you, Nun-Nun. Can you come over? I've spent years now being abused. Come over, you tiger, you. I don't know what that's about, Nun-Nun, but I'm all the way in Austin, East Austin, actually, right? I'm more East Austin than anything. Integrative is saying BlackRock, Vanguard, foreign money, they need to be confronted. Absolutely. Absolutely. Unfortunately, I think what's going to happen is they're in a buying spree right now, and they have been, and they're putting the squeeze on the little people because they're purposefully trying to decimate the middle class. And I'm sorry to say, but as more people lose their homes, then they're going to be buying it up. And that's also another reason why, goes back to what I was saying this summer, if you can, make sure you pay down those debts, save money, because when this housing bubble bursts and when the car market bursts, if you need to get a house or a car, you need your credit looking like that, okay? Because there's going to be a lot of availability, but the terms for qualification are going to get a lot more stringent, and I think that only like the big institutional investors are going to be able to qualify for that. T-Wit is saying they paid their mortgage on the property. Been going on a long while now. I don't know who that is. You'll have to tell me. None saying you got that right. America is no longer the home of the free, the land of the brave. It is the land of the Jeffrey Epstein, the vaccine that doesn't work, and the pandemic. Absolutely. None spot on. By the way, oh my gosh, speaking of Jeffrey Epstein, oh, that's been in the news. Have y'all seen Luke Radowski of We Are Change and Dollar Vigilante? They went on to Jeffrey Epstein's island. Crazy. Go check out his channel. It's on Luke Radowski's wearechange.org. Just look up We Are Change. Luke Radowski, okay? He just put up a video, like I saw it yesterday, of him and the Dollar Vigilante going onto Epstein Island, and they got ran off because there's actually people over there. Who's paying for that? I mean, if Jeffrey Epstein is dead, can somebody explain to me who is paying for all of these people to take care of the home? And I've been hearing that somebody's been flying drone footage over that island, and like right before the feds came in to like repossess some property, they caught it on drone footage that there were people on that island moving property off the island so it wouldn't get seized by the Fed. Who's doing this? Who's paying them? Who are they working for? Like, it doesn't add up. None saying spell it. We Are Change. WEARECHANGE. We Are Change. Luke Radowski, LUKE, Rudowski, RUDOWSKI. I think he's Polish descent, Polish American. I've been following Luke Radowski since like probably 2011. That guy's got some brass balls. Well, so does Dollar Vigilante. I follow him as well. Dollar Vigilante used to be on YouTube, got taken down. You can find him on BitChute and Odyssey now. Both of those men, brass balls, absolutely. But Luke Radowski, he started like doing citizen journalism back after like the Twin Towers went down. He's from New York City. And he was like confronting some high rollers, you know, really high rolling people, okay? Like there's old video footage of him doing that. And I remember watching that video back in the day, and I was just like, oh my gosh, nobody does this, you know? Let me look at the comments here. Yeah, Nun's asking there are still people on that island. There are, shockingly. They thought the island was vacant. So Dollar Vigilante, Luke Radowski both went on there, and then they had somebody else flying a drone and, you know, looking with the drone and reporting back to them, and it finally, they were detected on the island, and a group of people started freaking out and coming after them, and they got a call on their cell phone to say, you need to get out of there. You need to get out of there. There's people on that island. They're flipping out. they're going to come looking for you, get off the island now. It was like wild. T. Witten saying FBI already destroyed, cleaned up the island. Maybe so, and I find it so interesting that Ghislaine got sentenced to like 20 years for what? Everybody's talking about that on Twitter, like, okay, so you just sentenced somebody for 20 years on a crime for which there's no clients. Where are the clients for the service that you're charging her 20 years for? Like, nobody wants to talk about the clients. Something's off. Indigrove is saying Frankist Sabbateans is what they are. I have no clue what that means. You're gonna have to break that down for me, Indigrove. None is saying, oh please, you can't summon the cell phone service to release the phone calls, but freaking shit, people have info blocked. Oh yeah. So yeah, I don't know. I guess I'm gonna leave it off on that, because y'all know that I could just talk forever and a day about that type of stuff. But hopefully people are waking up. Hopefully people are waking up to what's going on with the economy. And yeah, none saying FBI cleaned up the island. Oh my God, Sarah, don't remember her name. Her last name was raped 3 times a day by Epstein. That's nasty. That it really is. Oh, okay. Indigrove is saying Frankist Sabbateans want to increase sin to bring in the Messiah. Terrible. And none says it's on YouTube. Maxwell would put her in there. That's terrible. I don't know what to say, people. It's crazy, you know. I'm gonna put my hair up. It is getting so blasted hot out here. You know, the world's gone mad, right? The world has gone mad, and I enjoy talking politics with y'all. It's a good outlet for me personally. By the way, thanks to those of y'all who participated in the last poll that I put out. But I had mixed feelings about it. I'm probably going to talk about it more in another video, you know, where we discuss what the game plan is with this channel, you know, July forward, okay? Given my offline work affecting my productivity online, right? I'm going to be making some changes, but was a little bit disappointed because, well, there's pros and cons to the feedback I got. Like, I love to talk to y'all about politics. I feel like the relationship stuff is oversaturated. I am going to keep putting it out there because that's what apparently most people want, and it actually is easier for me, so I'm not entirely complaining about it, but at the same time, it's like, you know, if I put it out there, then it's going to be lost in the sea of how much other relationship content. And I know over the long term that, especially as things keep digressing with the economy, and people start waking up to it, that content is going to be more hot. But right now, everybody is like, and they think things are getting better. And it does feel, but I told you, like I said from the beginning, that these local authorities are already trying to figure out how they can get in the pocketbooks of, you know, small business people at these pop-up markets, you know. And there's a lot of, it's almost like a 6-month delay with the authorities admitting the truth, you know, that inflation is permanent. And I'm not going to repeat myself, but you hear what I'm saying. As things continue to digress, I think more and more of my viewers who voted for more relationship content are going to actually shift gears closer to the end of the year, and they're going to start understanding that, you know, this political economic stuff is actually affecting relationships. I mean, think about it, you know. I'm going to read some of these comments. Endagroove is saying 1666 redemption through sin book. Robert Seffer. I've never heard of that. That sounds very interesting. None is saying core of consciousness, field brain is an antenna. Listen, honey, world doesn't have a clue about the mind. Sex trafficking been going around for centuries. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah, I feel like a lot of people are not connecting the dots. They know that stuff is wrong in relationships, but it's like, think about it. The number one cause of divorce is money and sex. And, you know, on the money note, it's like, why are we having so many people struggling financially? Why is it taking so much effort, right? A lot of these people that are vendors, they have a job during the week. They're hustling on the weekend because it's supplemental income. They're trying to survive. And you go back to my parents' generation, like in the, you know, when they were in their prime in the 70s, 80s, it was enough to have a high school diploma and just go walk in somewhere, no iPhone, no internet, fill out an application, get a job, stay there for 20 plus years, maybe your entire career, and you'd be fine. You could have a house, you could have new cars. And now we've got this where people can't afford housing, cars, have a job, have a degree, totally in debt to their eyeballs, and they can't make ends meet. They're running out trying to, you know, get a hustle going on the weekend to get the supplemental income. And I have big daddy government coming in saying, oh, how can we regulate these people for their protection? No. People are going to have to start adding it up. And like I said, you know, I might have to, based on the poll results of my channel, put this type of content on the back burner. But I think as the year goes on, it's going to be higher in demand. None is saying putrid content is the core of consciousness field. Very few doing. Oh, hold on a second. Oh yeah, I Ho'oponopono. I don't know if I'm saying it right. It's such a, right, it's that Hawaiian word. I butcher it. She's saying that it would be enough to close down a mental ward. That's funny. Yeah, I mean, it's possible. It's possible. But anyway, I think I'm going to log off. I am starting to see the crowds coming in more, and I think I'm going to sign off on that note. I hope y'all are doing well. Thank you for the likes. Thank you for tuning in. And I might not go live tomorrow, but I might post some pics on Instagram if y'all follow me over there. All right, I am signing off for now. Y'all have a really good weekend. Y'all take care. Be blessed.